Welcome to TRS Clips, where you'll find happiness through your own curiosity.
Take the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In some regards, you have people who really love him, and then you have other people, who have a very negative view of him. For me, I have to separate the two things, right? Which is the fact that politically, I'm not a fan of anyone who does something to undermine the democracy of a country. I truly, at a personal level, I'm a like Democrat in a way, which is that I really believe in democracy. I really believe the fact that people should be given the freedom to say what they want, and they should not be scared or have any intimidation and stuff. So at some level, when these investigative agencies and other things have been used to go after like political rivals or to even go after people in the media, it personally pains me, because that's not the India that I believe in. So that's the political view. Yet you have to separate that from the economic view. Most of my people who are in that camp will also see nothing right in that the government has done, which is that, for example, like everything about the government is bad, that the government has sort of, led to massive unemployment and there's massive inflation and stuff. And then for me, it's like, from an economic perspective, I think the track record isn't that bad, right? Which is that you just look at the stuff that, basic things like inflation has behaved much better under the current government than it did under the previous government. Now, inflation is a very big deal. It's what, every day for the poor people and other people that it like matters. Similarly, I think that when this entire pandemic happened, there was a lot of pressure on the government to go and spend a lot of money to help the poor, to help like everybody in general. There was a lot of pressure to do that. I think that they did the right thing by resisting that pressure, that we are not going to go out and just spend it, because had they done it, then they could have put India's economic position in some jeopardy, because we don't have that kind of money to just go and keep spending and sort of being that sort of fiscally irresponsible as someone like a US may do or something. So I think so. So I think that, again, I have to separate the two. That I'd say the economic performance has been decent. Politically, I have a problem when there is a sort of, this targeting of people at a personal level. So again, as an investor, you have to separate the two. But I think that most of my journalist friends and media friends or other people that you possibly speak to, and I find they find it very difficult to separate these two things.
I want to stop this podcast midway and high five you. I love the way you put this. And very few people have been able to articulate this exact feeling this well on this show. Where you're not dissing the government completely. You're just highlighting what you dislike.
Yeah.
But you're also looking at the mathematics.
Yes.
Fair to say?
Absolutely. I mean, like, the data is there, right? So let's look at that. Sure, the government can do a lot more and this can happen. But I think that I have to separate the political side and the economic side sometime. And that was true for China too for many years. Like, China for many years, in terms of the fact that it was, like a communist country at one level, led by this very strong authoritarian kind of regime at the center. Yet economically, it flourished in terms of what it did in that. Again, I'm not comparing the two. I think there are very, many differences, but I'm saying I've just been trained that way, that you got to separate the two. I mean, I've met people in the past. I've met the Russian president, Vladimir Putin. I've met the Turkish premier, like Erdogan. And even there, I've seen that how these leaders have changed over time, and at a personal level in terms of how they can be. And then you have to separate, because again, saying anything positive about either of them could sort of, make me lose all my friends in the media because of some. But at some point in time, then you have to also evaluate, what's their economic performance? Is it really bad? Is it really good? So I think that as a investor, you're trained that if you don't do that, then you're going to end up sort of losing money. And if you end up losing money, that is for me the single biggest sort of hit that I can take, because I have to put my money where my mouth is.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's clip, make sure you check out all the other clips we've uploaded on this channel. You'll find a clip related to almost every single topic, as long as you're willing to search for it.